I hate draft pick nerds too. There's too many people out there that seem to believe, okay, well, if your team isn't good, just get as many draft picks as you possibly can. You have to hit the draft picks. Why do people forget this? A first-round pick, what's the success rate? And define a success rate for a first-round pick. First-round picks, I think, hit, at best, 50% of the time. And in terms of hitting, I mean, will this player be a capable starter for the 4 to 5 years that he is on the roster? All-pro, probably not going to happen. Pro Bowler, a little bit more likely, but probably not going to happen. What's realistic is you're going to get players who suck. You're going to get some players who are good. Nothing against those players. That's just how the NFL works. It's not for everybody, obviously. It's a pretty damn elite league. You have 15 picks in the first 3 rounds the next 3 years. 15! Not to mention just 11 total next year. But let's trade Brandin Cooks for some draft picks. And I saw some people out there, including some talking heads, who were saying that they should trade him. Just dumb. Why? Why would you do that? It makes no sense. And that they were able to get him aboard. I got to say, look, you're going to have to overpay for someone like Brandin Cooks, who I would say is closer to a number 2 wide receiver than he is a 1 wide receiver. But he's statistically one of the most productive guys in the league last year. You got a guy like that on your team, and you're going to move on, and you're going to get, what, a 2nd-round pick, a 3rd-round pick? Does it really hurt you that badly to give the guy an extension? Oh, well, you got to be, economically responsible. It's not your money, and this team is not the Bengals. They're not a bunch of pores. This is not some team that is going to look at a contract and say, we can't do it because of money. There are other reasons where they might not extend guys. They obviously do not like people with character concerns off of the field. But in this situation with Brandin Cooks, who seemed like he wanted to be here, felt like he had a pretty good connection with Davis Mills on top of that, why would you move on from him? Oh, so we could get draft picks. It's just, I hate these people. There's not that many of them, but they just don't seem to understand that it's so difficult to find good players in this league. Cooks is a good player. Great? I don't know. Good? Definitively. Very good? Yeah, you can make that argument too. I mean, there's a reason that teams across the NFL have been trading like 2nd-round picks and 1st-round picks for him over the last couple of years. And we're going like back 5 years essentially when it comes to that. His services have been wanted, and this is a guy that you need to have something. You can't just go into every single year with nothing, a bare cupboard. It's embarrassing, first off, just for all of us. And if you want to actually get this team closer to being a competitive team in the near future, guess what you have to do? You have to have players. I'm surprised by the amount of people that just want to keep kicking the can down the road. Have we not been doing this for the entire existence of this franchise? Punt, 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 punt. I don't know. Instead of punting, I'd rather be Brett Hartman getting my foot stuck in a damn pallet than continuing to just kick the can down the road. Draft picks, bro. I get it. You play Madden. Congratulations. You're not going to hit every single 1st and 2nd-round pick that you do in Madden either. Probably not. At least based off the way that Madden is these days. A half-assed game designed by EA, the laziest company in the video game world. That's no big deal. I remember I said that once in Seattle, and I actually got spoken to afterwards. I was like, Paul, you can't say that. And I was like, what? What did I say that was incorrect? EA just puts out the same game, and they change like a little bit of the code, and they just update the rosters. That's what they do. They're one of the laziest companies ever. The amount of Star Wars video games that they haven't created, despite having the license for like 20 years, that's the biggest travesty in American history. Oh, Paul, there's some other things. No, that. Anyway, back to this. Brandin Cooks, this is a good move by the Texans, and I'm trying to think, outside of just the way that the David Culley move looked, point to a bad move this offseason. Deshaun Watson, to get a ton of picks, 3 first-round picks going forward. Keeping Larry Tunsil around, I mean, again, if you want to figure out what the hell's going on with Deshaun Watson, excuse me, not Deshaun Watson, with Davis Mills, you got to do that. Then on top of that, too, I mean, on the offensive line, all right, do you want to keep moving Titus Howard around, or do you want to keep him on the interior where he's actually looked pretty good? And do you want to put Larry Tunsil on the outside back to where he was before when you gave up 2 first-round picks for him? Probably. You want to give Davis Mills some help. I'm not expecting much, but also you want to have players. And this tanking that we see, it has just, I think, completely ruined sports. It really has. This acceptance that let's play like ass. Let's embrace the suck, which I know the Killer Bees have done, and I understand the logic behind it, but it just pisses me off that everyone wants it. Why? Why do you want to just continue to be bad so you can get draft picks and maybe get a lottery ticket that gets you something good, but probably is going to get you zilch? Why do you want that? Can you explain it to me? Maybe you are one of those draft pick people right now. I hope that I have bullied you into submission. by yelling at you right now. Bad. You're a bad, bad boy or girl or whatever you identify as. I get my cat squirt bottle out. Bad, 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 bad.